Hello again, my friends, followers, and also channel members. Welcome again on board BoomerangSimPilot channel, and today we are going to have a full detailed introduction about ECAM system with focusing on engine warning display. I recommend you, if do not see or watch the previous video with the title of EIS or Electronic Instrument System, get a flashback and return back to the previous video and with a briefing and also how to do the switching among the FIS and also ECAM panels with a good introduction. Return back to this video to continue this introduction. Actually, the Electronic Centralized Aircraft Monitoring System, better known as ECAM, is one of the most iconic and advanced features of the Airbus A320 family on the flight deck. Designed to simplify aircraft system monitoring and streamline pilot workload, ECAM continuously collects data from virtually every major system on board, as well as engines, hydraulics, electrics, fuel, air controls, air conditioning, and more any other systems, and present that information in a highly organized, prioritized format. The ECAM consists of two primary display units: the engine warning display, or EWD, located on the upper ECAM screen, and the system display, or SD, found on the lower screen. In this video, we will focusing especially on the engine warning display, the primary interface between the pilots and the aircraft's most essential performance and safety indicators. The engine warning display is always active and visible during all phases of flight. That serves two core functions. First, it displays real-time engine parameters such as N1 at the top, which is the fan speed, exhaust gas temperature, N2, which is the core speed and also fuel flow, and many other parameters. As a second core function, it represents warning, caution, and a status message that keep the crew aware of abnormal condition and require actions. The layout is clean and standardized. ECAM truly centralized in its automated alerting and procedural guidance. When the system detects a fault or abnormal condition, it automatically prioritizes it and displays the most critical message in the center of engine warning display. It is known as the alert messages section, and the message is color coded for urgency. We will pay more attention to the colors and also the definition and meaning of each color. But what is more, ECAM links these messages to relevant system pages automatically on the lower display, and it even presents a step-by-step checklist for handling abnormal or emergency conditions. In the context of engine monitoring, the engine warning display allows pilots to keep close watch over the propulsion system performance, react promptly to the limit exceedance, and manage failure with clarity and confidence. Overall, the engine warning display forms the core of the Airbus philosophy. The core of Airbus philosophy said that reduce pilot workload, enhance flight safety, and present complex data in a clear, logic format. It is the perfect example of how Airbus integrates automation with intuitive design to support pilot decision making in real time. Okay, the ECAM has two display units as already talked about. Engine warning display at top and also the second system display at the bottom of the ECAM system. Then the engine warning display appears on the ECAM upper display unit or DU. In previous video we talked that the engine warning display has priority over system display. The upper part of the display unit, which is this section, regarding to engine parameters, feedback messages, fuel on board, and also slat and flaps position. The lower part of this DU display message generated by the flight warning computer or FWC. These messages are warning and caution messages when a failure occurs and memos when there is no failure, as same as current condition and also according to this procedure, which is right now, there is no failure on board right now. The lower part of the DU dedicated to ECAM messages is divided in two sections of several lines each. Bottom left, which is this area, primary or independent warning and cautions or memo informations. But on the bottom right, title of the system affected by a primary or independent warning or cautions in case of overflow on a bottom left part or secondary failure or memo or a special line such as autopilot off, land ASAP. As soon as the flight warning computers detects a failure and if there is no flight phase inhibition active as well as takeoff or as same as landing, the engine warning display or EWD display the title of the failure and action that the flight crew must perform. The action line automatically clears when the flight crew has performed the necessary action. There is a note that we should observe. For some action lines do not disappear from the engine warning display even after the flight crew performs necessary actions. But don't worry about the independent, primary, secondary failure. We will talk about this failure and how these failures are categorized, and also we will see that about the level of the failures and also any other items during this video and upcoming video in the near future. But the ECAM display uses a color coded that indicates the importance of the failure or the indications. We have 6 colors which are coding the information of ECAM system on engine warning display and also system display. The red warning or red messages or indicators which the configuration or failure requires immediate action by red color. For the amber colors, as you can see, for example, right now on door oxy page, we can see the flight crew should be aware of the configuration or failure, but need to take immediate action. For the green, for example, other doors on aircraft schematic picture on door oxy page, for example, green items is operating normally. These doors are closed according to Airbus philosophy for the indications, and For wide indications, this title and remark guide the flight crew as they execute various procedures. For blue indication, these are reaction or actions to be carried out or limitation. For example, as same as the units of each parameter, and also on the memo for the action that the pilots and also flight crew should be carried out. And for magenta, there are particular messages that apply to particular pieces of equipment or situation, as well as inhibition messages, for example. ECAM warning and also cautions are classified. This classification are based on failure mode and also information. For the failure mode, we have 3 levels of classification. Level 3 for red warnings, level 2 for amber cautions, and level 1. For level 3, we have red warning for the configuration or failure which require immediate action by the flight crew. In this condition, the aircraft is in dangerous configuration or limit flight condition, as same as stall or overspeed, or system failure altering flight safety, as same as engine fire or excessive cabin altitude pressure or smoke in the area of the airplane. For the level 3, we have oral of continuous repetitive chime or CRC, or a specific sound or synthetic voice. And for visual alert, we have massive warning light, which is a red flashing or a specific red light over here in glare sheet, which talked already in the previous video, or warning message read on the engine warning display. Automatic call of the relevant system page on the SD. Sometimes observed that it, except in some cases, we do not have automatic call of the relevant system page on the SD or system display. We are now taxiing toward the active runway 29er for intersection takeoff, runway 29er for departure on Vienna airport toward Madrid. And oh, stop! Parking brake is set to on. We have a level 3 warning, as you see that we had continuous repetitive chime or CRC with a massive warning light red flashing on the glare shield, and also a smoke, lavatory smoke. Cockpit to cabin communication established. It was a sample of level 3 warning in the cockpit. We took off from the Vienna, just passing level 214, climbing level 340 to the cruising level, and let's talk about the level 2 failures, which are amber cautions. The flight crew should be aware of the configuration or failure, but does not need to take any immediate action. However, time and situation permitting, this caution should be considered without delay to prevent any further degradation of the affected system. System failure without any direct consequence on the flight safety. The level 2 warning has a single chime, and also for the visual alert for the cockpit crew, The master caution light in amber will be steady in the glare shield, and also caution message amber on engine warning display, and automatic call of the relevant system page on the system display, which there is some exceptional items for the automatic call of the relevant system page on the SD page. Okay. Hydraulic gearing reservoir overheat. You can see that there is a STD master caution, single chime, and also amber failure on ECAM, and also relative system page regarding hydraulic on the SD page. Also, we can observe on the overhead panel, about the fault on PTU, and also regarding hydraulic, green hydraulic engine 1 pump fault. Okay, it was a example of level 2 warning with the master caution STD on glare shield, single chime, and also engine warning display messages, as well as synoptic system for the relevant failure, which is hydraulic, on system display. For level 1 failures, we have amber caution. This level of warning requires crew monitoring. Failures leading to a loss of redundancy or system degradation. There is no aural alert as same as CRC or single chime, but for visual attention to the pilot, we have caution message in amber on engine warning display, generally without procedure. As you see already, for level 3 and level 2 warnings, we had single chime, CRC or continuous repetitive chime, also a procedure to recover the system or keep some other system away. But today is one of those days. We have a failure with the title regarding to flight control FCDC1 fault. FCDC is flight control data concentrator, and as you see, there is no aural alert. We have amber message on the engine warning display, and there is no procedure below the title, and also there is no relative system display about the flight control system on the lower ECAM display. It was a sample for level 1 failures, and we are go through the procedure for clear the ECAM. As information, the ECAM provided flight crew some information regarding the MEMO. As you can see, for the time being, seatbelt sign and no smoking are on. Company message will later on will review. But there is another information which is advisory information, that ECAM alert and warn the flight crew when we have system parameters deviation. There is a need to monitoring the system parameters. There is no alert about the overall alert for the crew. As you can see, engine number 2 and 1 vibration. Here you can see that there is some deviation and 1 vibration for engine number 2 here, and with the pulsing item in green, the ECAM will alert the crew and warn the crew about this condition. Automatic call of the relevant system page on system display, which is, you can see engine page right now, and the affected parameter pulses in green. As you can see here, the parameter is pulsing regarding engine number 2 and 1 vibration with exceed the limit. Okay, we review all warning and caution classification, and time to go to tell you that there are 3 priority level for warning and caution. A level 3 warning has priority over a level 2 caution, which has priority over a level 1 caution. The flight warning computer, or FWC, observes these priorities. Okay, we are heading toward next section of ECAM. Okay, we had some items and crew decided to make a holding at the present position just 10 mile inbound to Tibru and get preparation and talk with the company for turn back and divert to the origin airport, which is Vienna. But as a last part of this video, I pay attention to the ECAM operating modes. One of the main advantages of the ECAM is that it displays applicable information to the flight crew on an as-needed basis. The following outlines the ECAM operating modes. ECAM operating in 4 modes. The first one is normal mode, which automatically displays system and memos in accordance with the flight phase. Then the second mode of the ECAM is failure mode, which automatically displays the appropriate emergency or abnormal procedure in addition to their associated system synoptic, which review already on this video. We review the advisory mode as a third mode of ECAM operating, which automatically display the appropriate system synoptic associated with the drifting parameter. As a last part of the ECAM operating mode, the manual mode enables the flight crew to manually select any system synoptic via the ECAM control panel or ECP, which is located here. We talk about a manual mode of the ECAM operating mode. Most warning and cautions are inhibited during critical phase of flight, takeoff inhibit, landing inhibit, because most system failure will not affect the aircraft's ability to continue a takeoff or landing. Okay, thank you very much for joining me today on board this flight. We had some failure we review the ECAM modes of operation and also failure classification by ECAM, which designed by Airbus perfectly, accurately, and it's a helpful option on board for all flight crew members. For your information about the flight phases that I talked during this video, I should inform you that totally we have 10 phases of flight with definitions especially for each phase, which later on next video we will review the flight phases, which divided by flight warning computer or FWC. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride on board BoomerangSimPilot channel. See you soon on the next video. Thank you.